thatmovieguyUK.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Maybe welcome for the very first time. Today's video we are going to be talking about David Fincher's Mank. This has been a 6-year wait for the director's next film after Gone Girl. To be honest, it's very weird having to wait this long, but with rumours of obviously Hitchcock remakes, World War Z 2 potentials, very, very weird choices, we eventually ended up with Mank. This has been a film he's been trying to make since the mid-90s, and many studios rejected it because they didn't want to make a black and white film discussing Herman J. Mankiewicz and the process of writing Citizen Kane. This is a screenplay written by his father, and sadly he passed away in 2003, so Jack Fincher never got to really see the full vision of the film made by his son. And I think that's very tragic, but in a way Fincher really drove this film to be made, and eventually Netflix signed up, and well, the buzz behind this film has been massive and potentially one of the big award contenders in 2021. Well, enough talking, let's get analysing. 1930s Hollywood is re-evaluated through the eyes of scathing social critic and alcoholic screenwriter Herman J. Mankiewicz as he races to finish his screenplay of Citizen Kane. Honestly, that's all I'm going to say for now, because we'll delve a little bit deeper into the actual story as we go along. This is a tremendous testament of love for cinema from David Fincher. It really submerges you back to this golden age of film, and where the hustle and bustle was real. We had backstabbing, we had politics, we had a lot of deceit, we had a lot of creativity being made, and a lot of originality. And I think Fincher kind of bottles it and just spreads it all across the screen as he kind of takes us through Mank's process. And this is what I love about this film. This is the process of an artist. This is the process of a man trying to create something special, but the twists and turns of the Hollywood system kind of bash and poke and prod and get you even more inebriated and pushes him across the edge with saying very interesting subject matter and speaking his mind. I think it's fascinating, and it's a real interesting observational piece that really builds on the politics of the time, and it just gives you this kind of critical eye of how things were and how things look now within the system. It's very fascinating how Fincher kind of like parallels this, and this kind of universal tone of the film system within itself is interesting. And this is a true film for any film lover, I think, any film lover of this kind of period. And if you're an Orson Welles fan, it might piss you off a little bit, but that's just how life is at times. This is obviously a tale of how Mankiewicz kind of wrote the screenplay of Citizen Kane, and then Welles was credited. We don't see much of Orson Welles, played by Tom Burke, in this film, but this is really Mankiewicz's story. And this kind of like trials and tribulations is kind of hazed in this like monochrome black and white liquid gold, if you will, and Fincher just steadily moves the camera around, but you don't even notice that you're floating around this place. It's very mesmerical, it's very hallucinating, kind of really deep dives you into this kind of scenario. And I just felt like I was in a dream at time, but it had bitter twists that I was just like, wow, there's some nice surprises. It's a very absorbing storytelling and very observational, and it's something that isn't exactly formulaic within its execution, but I think it really just works so well. There's fragments of a story that kind of builds, and these people, these characters were real people. You know, we see Louis B. Mayer, we see William Randolph Hearst, we see Marion Davis. There's so many fascinating characters and icons, I think, within the silver screen, as they call it. It's fascinating, and I think I really enjoy this like battle between Mank and Louis B. Mayer and William Randolph Hearst. It's this like triage of powerhouses. I think, you know, Mankiewicz is one of the most well-regarded screenwriters, but also one of the biggest characters, I think, of this period. And I really think Gary Oldman encapsulates this character so well. It is one of his finest performances. I think it overshadows everything that he made in Darkest Hour. This is just an artist paying homage to an artist, but channeling deep within himself and actually looking at the process and really connecting, I think, within this character and a human being. There's so much written about him. I think there's legend behind it, and I love what Gary Oldman did with this. And truly, if he doesn't win another Academy Award for this, I'd be very, very shocked. I have to say though, Amanda Seyfried as Marion Davies also, I thought she was vibrantly amazing in this film. I haven't really seen her in many good films over the years, except for Mamma Mia, of course, and Mamma Mia 2. But I really enjoyed Seyfried in here. There's a lot of talk about her being nominated for supporting. Not going to shock me at all, but these are really the two standouts for me personally. Going back to the technical elements of this film, what I really enjoyed in this was really its sound design. It's kind of like the way that the audio actually sounded like a film from this period, and also the score from Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. While they weren't allowed to use, the usual electronic music, they used instruments from the time, and this kind of period really worked quite well for, Nine Inch Nails. I think Fincher really asked a lot from them and they delivered quite well. It really kind of gave an interesting outlay and a tempo to the film. But Fincher really directs the shit out of this film. It is, I think, probably one of his most technical films, along there with Zodiac. It really is immaculately done, and there's a beautiful sheen. This film is shot on an 8K, I think it's the Blackmagic camera, and there is no color negative of this film, so it's all completely black and white. It's very authentic, and I think Fincher's attention to detail and his kind of passion has really driven Mank to the finish line. Honestly, it's one of the best films I've seen this year. I don't know where I would rank it right now because I really want to see it again, but it truly is a shame that not many people will be able to see this in the cinema, but it's widely available on Netflix on December 4th. So please check it out if you're a lover of the Finch. And if you just want to learn a little bit more about the history of film, give this a go. This is going to be one of those films that a lot of people will be talking about over the next couple of months, especially going into award season next year, so please check it out. Have you seen Mank? Please let me know in the comment section below what you thought of it. If you're a fan of Citizen Kane and Orson Welles, let me know if you're actually intrigued to see what the story actually has to say to you. How is everybody doing? What have you been watching? What have you been picking up? I'm always intrigued to know what you guys are doing. I always thank you so much for the subscribes, the likes, the comments. Truly appreciate it. It takes this channel a lot further than I ever thought it would do. And obviously keep an eye out for more reviews as the months go by. Obviously we're going into December now. I have a couple of interesting ideas. I will share them with you at some point. So please continue the love, and yeah, as we normally say on this channel, Diolch, danke, obrigado, merci beaucoup, arigato, dankeschön, bitteschön, all the shuns, and obviously never change. Bye bye.